Okay, well, welcome back to Outside the Box, right? We're still calling it that.
I guess.
For now,
we're putting it on a new podcast channel too because.
A new one.
Well, okay, because I learned that the algorithm doesn't like it. Oh. So if you look at our last 3 videos, they didn't do well because we put a podcast in the middle, and the algorithm was like, "Hey, why do you have 45 minutes of 2 people on a couch talking?"
Yeah, that's right.
So we got to make a podcast channel. It was actually my wife's idea. She's like, all these big channels that I watch, they have separate channels for the podcast.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to be like a BuzzFeed other podcast channel.
Oh, yeah, they do have a podcast
Dude,
channel.
Unsolved. We should do that. The like car version.
What, like car crimes?
Yeah, car crimes. We can do like a takeover episode.
I watched one of the first comments.
Like
you should investigate your own car fire. Guarantee that's going to be the first one.
Bro, we tried. We really did try.
Stupid.
Okay. Jesus. Speaking of which, the newsy. What did we change this week?
Well, I guess we're getting right into it. We didn't do anything because we are too busy with all of your cars everywhere, guys. Mm-hmm. Our shop is filled with your cars. But I guess what we did so far, we did coilovers. Mm-hmm. We did, we have Marcus, he's doing the rear camber arms, tow arms, traction arms.
Yeah, he's doing the brakes too.
Yeah. Oh, what? What happened?
I just said brakes.
Oh. We have a sound guy this time because we got good feedback from you guys that we were making too many pop sounds and that the mics weren't good. The mics are good. It was user error. We're just stupid. Yeah.
Very stupid.
So the mics are good. It sounds crystal clear now that we have these little pop filters on the front. We also have them positioned straight so Anna can't mute herself and she also can't move the mic too far away. So hopefully no more audio level issues from either of us. We'll see. But yeah, so we got the big brake kit from Z1. We got yellow calipers this time.
Fuck yeah.
Put the 2-piece rotors on front. We got front upper control arms. We got sway bars, the rear, the whole, everything in the back. Yeah. Rudy's going to align it, and then I think we're going to do the single legs. We're going to toss it back on.
As we should.
Then, yeah, we'll see what we do. Hopefully just go straight to E this time and don't bother with 93. We already did a good job on 93, so
awesome.
Perfect.
So we're chilling so far. This is good.
Yeah, we're chilling. We got a nice look. We even got a nice table. We got the Racebox. I don't know what this is from. We got a little Oh, it's from our tent. Yeah, it's a wall from our tent, or like one of the walls. We got this. We got Mantis chilling on top of a black Supra. She really prefers BMWs.
Yeah, she's a B58 girl. She always goes straight to the Supras. I got like 4 of them up there.
That's how you know she's Chidong's girl.
Yeah, even though Chidong doesn't love her. He's afraid of the Mantis.
Yeah, Chidong is very I'm afraid of
all
the
of
Mantis.
them, actually.
I'm very afraid of the Mantis. We made a joke that like if Anna didn't work here, Mantis didn't stand a chance, but we would have seen that and smashed it immediately. Like there was no chance she was going to survive, so Anna saved the bug's life.
Yep. She's spoiled now though. We fed her Chick-fil-A, Popeyes. She had barbacoa today.
Yeah, this bug is wild.
Well. Don't worry, we feed her like beetles and stuff too. That's what their diet is supposed to be. But we found out she likes Popeye, so that's cool.
I'm worried that it's just gonna die one day from all the crap they feed her.
Bro, do you see how fat she is? She's well fed.
Bro, I just don't want her to grow wings. Did you know mantises can fly, guys?
She has wings. She had her molt and she grew wings over the weekend that me and Chidong were at meets and stuff. Came back and she was like triple the size.
If I see that thing flying around, I'm swatting it.
Bro, the weird thing, she doesn't do anything. She just sits and watches, climbs around every so often, sits on her Supra and then just chills.
Terrifying. Okay.
She's a good pet.
What are we talking about today other than the Z?
All right.
That's the update on the Z. I don't have any other updates on the Z.
Nothing so far. Just
we'll take it to FL2K though, so hopefully we'll have it full. We're in the 10.5 index. You signed us up for FL2K?
10.5. I think I might have put us in 9.5.
Oh god, yeah, we're not doing 9.5. We'll be in the 10.5 index, and we will hopefully be out there racing the Z. So
we'll see how it does when we get there.
We got our Clout beadlocks in from OSS Forge, those nice NKRPF1 beadlocks. So
they're sexy.
We're excited.
Excited.
We got. Did we buy those tires? We tried to lowball for ET Street Rs on Marketplace and it didn't work. So if anybody wants to sell us brand new ET Street Rs, let us know.
Please. The best price I saw so far, $750 for 2. Brand new is actually a really good deal, but we're waiting just to see if anything else comes up, just because, and then still like kind of pondering what to run on the front. So we'll see. Getting there. But anyways, I posted on the Instagram asking for questions from everyone since y'all always seem to have them, which is fine.
There was dumb questions. I filtered them out this time. I said no to like a bunch of questions that she had. So if you guys have anyone to be mad at, it's me. Because some of your questions, I'm just like, no.
Y'all should be mad at him anyways, just because. Also, the people that said, oh, I posted 17 questions and Anna ignored them. Anna is ignoring them specifically for that reason.
Yeah, now we're definitely going to ignore them. Who was it?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I can see.
We should expose them.
Yo, all right, you're getting blacklisted. JK, we're not gonna blacklist you. I actually have a couple of questions on here, specifically for that. Please stop asking about TCM tuning. We talked about it on episode 1. He already told y'all you gotta wait. He's working on it.
Thank you.
You're doing your best. It's okay.
I am.
Please,
I mean, I have one car that we did shift scheduling on. We did some TCC lockups and stuff like that. I mean, it's going. I'll let you guys know when I have something. I mean, it sucks because a lot of you guys bought the remote tuning kits from us because we thought that HB Tuners off the bat was going to come out with support for all their RTD devices, but it's not yet supported for the remote tuning devices. And that's all we have for the branded kits. We don't sell the MPVI3s. And it's also on beta, and you have to add support for every single one that they don't currently have. So it's a process, but when it is ready, we will tell you. But I do have at least the update that shift scheduling works great. We had a customer from San Antonio drop off his car, and it went well. It was not too bad. It's a good suite. So.
Heck yeah. I mean, last thing we want to do is deliver something half-assed to our customers. We've seen it happen. We don't want to be that person.
Yeah, I mean, our tunes have never been half-assed, so we definitely don't want to deliver half-assed TCM tunes. So we'll deliver them when they're ready.
Especially TCM tunes. It's the last thing you want half-assed.
Yeah. Okay, so what else is on there?
So the first question that I put on here, something like kind of fun, right? Somebody just asked, okay, for like a first car, this is definitely the same question, VR30 or S4?
I'm assuming you mean the B9 or B9.5 S4, the 3-liter turbo one, because that's the only one that really does compare to the VR30 or the B58 even. It depends on the budget, man, because S4s they're getting there, but they're not that cheap. But then I think like used Q60s still sell for like 40s, which is amazing. Like CPO Q60s and Q50s are going for like high 30s, low 40s, which is a lot when you can also get like an S4, S5 with like, I guess the S4, S5 would have a little more miles, right? Like you, for like the price of a 20K mile VR30, you could probably get like a 40K mile S5 Prestige, like, 45K for one of those, which it's a little bit more, but it's a lot more car for the money. First car.
For a first car,
how old though, right? Like, what's the context here? Like, are you talking a 16-year-old? Are you talking, like a 25? Are you talking, hey, it's my first new car, like my first car that I'm buying, and like, you've taken the bus the whole time or something, and you're older. Geez, I don't want to answer this question because if I answer it honestly, you're gonna all get mad. I mean, I'm gonna say the S4 or the S5 though.
That's why we have the podcast.
The VR30 is a great car. I have love. I mean, not the Q50, Q60s are great cars. I have love for them, but like the B9 and the B9.5, S4, S5 are really nice cars. They look good. You know what? I will say for a first car, S4, S5, only because it's a lot more streamlined to mod those cars. Okay. There's like a few OTS options. I think APR, 034, Unitronic have OTS options for that. Flash it, you're done. There's like a few mods you put on it, and I think they even have OTS for the TT, right? So if it's your first car, you're just getting into modding, I think it's pretty easy, but they're expensive to mod. Like, I'll say that Audis are not cheap to mod. The cars you can get, but the modding is not cheap. But then again, I mean, we paid $2,500 for a high pressure pump on a VR30, so maybe VR30s aren't that cheap either. But I would say the VR30 requires more knowledge.
Yes.
To really mod,
modifications.
Yeah. To mod a VR30 properly, you need more knowledge, you need more research, you need to have the right, the right shop to work with, the right people. So, for that reason, I would say for a first car, the B9 or B9.5, S4, S5 is great. Get it, down pipes, toss a tune on it, put a TT700 or TT800 they run on those two cars. Man, they'll run. I think they run 10s on E stock turbo too. They're very, very potent cars. I would say that. VR30. I mean, I think you can go further with a VR30 than you can an S4. I've not seen a B9 in the 9s yet. Maybe there are. I'm probably wrong. I'm sure 034 or someone, has it. But I think the VR30 can definitely go deeper into the 10s and into the 9s and an S4, S5. So VR30 is more of like hey, I've already modified cars before. I know what I'm doing. I know how to blend fuels. I know what to look out for. I can read my own logs. Let me get a VR30. Yeah. That's my long-winded answer.
There you go. What do you think would be the best tuner car?
I guess I kind of answered that, right?
Between those
But again, what does tuner car mean?
I was thinking the same thing. This is a very vague question because tuner car, as in how much you can tune it. What do you mean as in import? what exactly is the question? Best tuner car.
All the platforms that we support really are good tuner cars. Like I would gladly recommend any of the cars that we tune.
Yep.
So like the EA825s on, which is the 4-liter. I found the engine code. I didn't know it last time. EA825 is what I have in my S8. The EA825 responds well to tuning. The EA888s respond well to tuning. That's in like the Golf R, the Golf GTI, the Audi S3s. The Daza responds well to tuning. Responds well to tuning. B58s, we all know, respond well to tuning.
Yes.
VR30s respond well to tuning. Really, all of these modern, like 4, 5, and 6-cylinder cars with a turbo, they respond very well. And then also these 8-cylinder turbos, or for that matter, the S63 and the N63 from BMW also respond well to tuning, right? Like, you can't go wrong. Any of these cars, honestly, are great. I think it just comes down to how much you can spend.
Yep.
How reliable you want the car to be and what your power goals are, right?
So a tuner car can be good, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's reliable. It depends on what you want out of it.
Yeah, like I think the ultimate right now is the S58, right? Like you're seeing all these S58 stock turbos running 9s, mid-9s.
Insane, yeah.
They're right on there. And what's crazy is the S58 and the S63 run like basically the same times when the S58 is 2 cylinders less and less displacement. Like it's surprising. Like you see an M5 comp or an M8 comp, and they're running the same times as Kyle. They're running the same times as an M3 comp, and that's pretty cool. I think we're in like a unique part where you got 8-cylinder turbos and 6-cylinder turbos running the same times. Obviously, M5's way more, blah blah blah. But still, it's still pretty cool to see. And also an M5, when you mod it, you can. I think the fastest M5 I've ever seen is like a mid-9. So S58s are already almost there, right? So you can only imagine how far the S58 is going to go. Yeah.
Pretty far. Now I have another one, same topic. We're asking best this, best that, best SUV. Another very vague question. Are we talking reliability, comfort, class,
you know what Moonshine
luxury?
would say? F-Pace SVR. So if you guys don't know, Alex Moonshine loves the F-Pace SVR. We have a group chat for like everybody at Racebox, and whenever he goes, if he sees an SVR on the street, he'll just take a picture and send it to us. And all of us unanimously like, no. So he would say F-Pace SVR. For an SUV, it depends on the size, right?
Yeah.
The SQ7 has the S8 motor in it, the EA825, the new EA825. That thing is going to be it'll move. It'll sound good and it'll move once tuned. So SQ7's up there for sure. SQ5, you want a 6-cylinder. And then obviously you have the X3M. It's S58. No brainer, right? S58. You have not Kyle. Kyle's got an X3M40, bruh. He wishes he had an X3M. Yeah, but even then, the X3M40 also with the B58, it's a good move. Put a top mount on it and you'll move out. Kyle's out there gapping all these cars every night. And then X5M, right? So, what would be interesting? I'd love to add a Nissan or Infiniti model to this list if they put the VR30 or some form of the VR30 in one of the next generation SUVs. That would be sick. So
we see them around a lot. Yeah. They're usually driving no Hesi too. So I mean, get one of those on the tune.
Who?
The
Nissans?
The Infiniti SUVs and the Nissans.
Oh God,
those people are crazy.
Well, also they would open up the whole Middle Eastern market.
That's
Nissan
true.
Patrol with a VR30 would be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah, those are the SUVs I'd recommend. I don't know many other SUVs that you can modify.
I don't know about the Type S yet. It's still too new.
No, I don't think so. I think you're really stuck between the two German. So you have the Audis and the BMWs, and then if Nissan comes out with something, but beyond that, beyond like an SQ5, SQ7, X5, X3, and maybe an X7, there's not really anything else you could modify.
Unless you start getting into wagons, which is.
If we're counting RS6 wagons as an SUV, that's got my vote. Like the RS6 is beautiful.
Those in the V wagons, super rare though.
I think SQ5 is great though. Like price point wise, they're cheap as hell, man. SQ5s are the same motor as the B9 and B9.5, S4, S5. So you have, I think it is on the B9 platform, I think. But anyway, I'm probably wrong. Audi guys will roast me, but the SQ5 is great. I mean, it's got the same motor. You put a hybrid turbo on it. Those things run mid. There's so many on Draggy Talk these days with SQ5s running mid-10. Sound guy, we got a problem? Why you make that face?
He's lurking, bro.
I'm scared.
Dong is brutal, dude. She's brutal. I don't know if y'all saw that story. That's exactly what he said. Did you see that, what I posted? Somebody asked about weight reduction or something along those lines, and Dong was like, oh, just go to the gym. I was like, oh, he said go to the gym and don't have your girl in the car. That's what he said.
Bruh, that's not fair coming from Dong, though, because look at how quiet your voice is and look at how loud my voice is.
Okay, I'm starting to mumble. That's my bad.
Yeah. Shadong's going to yell at you because he's going to be like, I have to edit Anna when she talks.
He's back there with a gun. He's like, make me edit right now. Cut it out.
It's not fair for Chadong to say go to the gym, though. The guy weighs 110 pounds. Like, he eats crap. Literally, he eats chocolate bars, Monsters. Oh, 130, I'm sorry.
Oh, Red Bull.
He eats, Red Bulls, Monsters, whatever other energy drink you can find, Celsius or whatever. Chocolate bars. Like, he'll always have a Kit Kat or a Snickers on his desk. That's all he eats, and somehow he doesn't gain weight. He's just 130. It's not fair.
Can you imagine he's probably got low iron? When you're skinny.
He probably does have low. What if he's just anemic and one day we're like working, he just blacks out because he's anemic?
It's possible.
The workers' comp.
It's not fun.
Okay, next one.
Okay. Anyways, back to the question. We got actually a few of these: air to air versus air to water. We had like 3 or 4 people ask about this. What do you prefer? What do you think is better? It really depends on.
Thinking of the best way to approach this because they both have their benefits. Air to water is simpler, especially if you don't go do an inner chiller. Yeah. Now, if you're going for big power applications, an inner chiller is fantastic for drag racing. Like, I don't think air to air compares to an inner chiller for drag racing because the inner chiller would get your temps down to like 30s, especially in a Q50, right? Or Q60. But air to air is really good for repeatable. Like, you can't run an inner chiller on a road course. Road coursing, I think air to air is the only way to go. Air to water is going to heat soak. The inner chiller, the benefit of the inner chiller is the heat soak. You recover faster from heat soak, and also you start off at a much lower temp. When it's 110 degrees outside, inner chiller is still going to get you to like a 50 degree, charge air temp. But air to air is going to keep you at 100 or 110. It's not. Sorry, it'll be at ambient, like 110. So yeah, I guess for drag racing, I'd say inner chiller, air to water all the way. And then if you're road coursing, air to air, or if you're in general you're doing back to back for whatever reason, just back to back drag racing, sure, air to air.
Yeah.
And then for daily driving, air to water, I would just keep it air to water for daily driving. The air to air, it looks cool. I mean, you can daily it. There's no reason for you not to be able to daily it. It's just more hassle, right? But like if performance wise, air to air performs better on a daily driver too, unless you have an inner chiller. So that's where I'm at with that. I like inner chillers, as you can tell.
Yeah, we live in Texas, so it feels like you need it just just to survive.
Did you know I was reading a report yesterday broke our 50-day record for no rain in Houston proper.
We literally were just talking about that too. 50
days of no rain. That's insane. And then we're back at 110 today. Like, this heat is brutal. Yeah, this summer feels like the longest summer. And we're already end of August. Like, it's supposed to. We're usually like, oh hey, we got a front on the way in like early September. Nope.
Usually October.
No relief in sight. Like, could we at least get a freaking hurricane or something and get like some water in here? Like, foundations are drying out. My grass is dead. Like,
shit's literally just catching fire everywhere. I can't tell you how many cars, buildings, etc. we've just seen on fire this month alone.
It's just so bad.
It's bad. I watched a video on TikTok. Actually, some lady's grass while she was gone just caught fire. Spontaneously.
No, I saw that. It was apparently debris from a firework. Someone set off fireworks. Is there an idiot who sets off fireworks in a drought?
Bro, people in Texas.
It's gonna happen. Watch Labor Day. Someone's gonna set off fireworks, and there's gonna be a wildfire. Guaranteed.
Who sets off fireworks on Labor Day, bro?
Yo, people in Texas set off fireworks for anything. Well, it's granted, fireworks are awesome.
I mean, yeah.
And the laws here are lax. You can set off a firework wherever the hell you want. Yeah. So, like, I'm not complaining, but like in this case, it's probably not a good idea.
No, you gotta wait for at least a little bit of rain because it's just too dry.
What else we got?
On the topic of intakes, what do you think, since we just talked about air to water and then air to air, what do you think are the best air to water intakes? Like, what brands, if you're going to talk about it?
Oh, like if you mean by air to water intakes, you just mean like intakes that are not meant for an air to air system. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's such a weird way to call it, air to water versus air to air intakes. Is that how the question was worded?
That's how they were worded, yeah.
I understand why they worded it that way, but
I took some of the word for word just
fine, you wanted a very specific answer, so. The boosted 6 3-inch shorties. The AMS, the new AMS intakes for the Z have a bigger MAF housing, and they perform very well too. But considering we mostly do Q50s, Q60s, and I don't think AMS has released that yet, the boosted 6 3-inch shorties are so far the only Q50, Q60 intakes I've seen that have a big gain like that. Yeah. So, and bro, they sound so damn
They do sound good.
Hopefully people who are watching the podcast also watch like our Instagram, like Ken's car with the Z1 turbos and the boosted 6, bro. It almost sounded. So obviously the Supra that we posted right before the T51R, that sounded great, but Ken's car had kind of a nice nice little whistle on cold start and while spooling up. So yeah, boosted 6, 3-inch shorties are the way to go for sure. Both performance and sound wise, and don't come at me with that hot air intake bullshit. I mean, I'm sure there's other tuners who disagree with me, and it's on every single platform that I tune. There's one set of people who are like, "Oh, hot air intakes or don't do it," and then people who are like that, or even the E825, the 4 liter guys are always, "Oh my god, open air intakes." Bro, you're passing it through a freaking hairdryer after. Like, it doesn't matter as long as your charger cooling system is good. So, yeah. Boosted 6 shorties. And then air-to-air intake, was that the second follow-up to that? Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah. Can we just rephrase this? Say best intakes
at
in general.
At that point, you're just talking what's the best air-to-air kit, at which point there's only 3 options, right?
There's not many. No.
I like Ben Lee's, or actually 2 options. Soho's supposed to come out with one, but I think they're coming out with the Z, and I don't know if I was supposed to say that. So. Sorry, Nick. But hey, whatever. I created hype for them. Ben Lee at VPF. He puts in a really clean air-to-air kit. I know it's more expensive than the other option on the market, but
pay for quality.
Pay for quality, true. Yeah. And Ben stands by his products, and he does really good welding. And it's a clean ass kit. So yeah, Ben at Venture Performance and Fabrication in San Antonio. He's got a great air-to-air kit.
It's so hard to find good
there is a third option. Wow, I just popped like a basic girl.
Wear your nails.
Yeah.
Somebody get him some press-ons.
God, that'd be really funny if I came with press-ons. Nicinity, that's the name, right? Uli. Is it Uli? Ulysses. Yeah, he goes by Uli. Ulysses in California. He's got an air-to-air kit that's pretty good. We've tuned a couple of them out there for the SoCal guys. So yeah, that's another one.
Oh yeah.
But no, there's no special like air-to-air intake. It comes with the kit. Sorry.
Just be what it be.
Be what it be.
Be what it be. We've already addressed if the inner chillers. They called it an icebox chiller. Or icebox chiller is effective.
No, so iceboxes are different.
They're different.
This is how you can tell she comes from a Honda Civic.
Yeah, I must.
Iceboxes and drag racing are they're like the precursor to inner chillers, I guess. Or for cars that don't have AC, they'll have a big tank of ice in the back, and they'll put dry ice or something in there.
Oh shoot! Okay.
And they'll pipe it. So they'll pipe the air through there. If it's air to air, if it's air to water, they'll pipe the water through there. So iceboxes are great. I mean, they work just as effectively as an inner chill. The only difference is you got to keep dumping dry ice into it, right? But yeah, I mean, it works. I think iceboxes are great. If you got an icebox setup, great. More power to you.
More power to you.
Yeah, I got nothing else to say. It's as effective as an inner chiller. It's just not repeatable unless you add ice.
And how convenient is it to have to keep adding that, especially on something you're daily?
Dry ice is expensive, man.
It is.
You can put regular ice, but that shit's gonna melt pretty quick. And you have water. I'd rather put dry ice so you don't have to pull out the water after.
Mm-hmm. Way easier. Yeah, the only thing I got for my platform is intakes. That's it.
What's wrong with your Civic right now? Do you want to talk about all the problems with your Civic?
My Civic has essentially one issue, and this is my own doing. Okay, Super Bowl weekend. I don't watch.
It is slow. Thanks, Chidong.
I don't watch football, but Super Bowl weekend, me and a couple buddies got together, right? And I have had these coilovers forever. My buddy just got another SI, same as mine, coupe, everything. So I was like, okay, I've had these coilovers and you're looking for springs. We'll just take the springs off my car and I'll finally put my coilovers on, right? Well, you see, I can't watch football sober, okay? And we're going to redact whatever we need to redact. But let's just say I was very this whole thing. Very not there, okay? Doing suspension.
It is haram.
And if you don't know, if you don't know about Hondas, the front end is McPherson. It's all McPherson strut. It's a pain in the ass, essentially, right? You got to pop the axle out to pull it out.
Because Hondas suck.
Listen, I had these nice adaptive suspension before I touched it, right? And then I put these coilovers on, lost that, slammed it, right? The guy that had these before me was slammed. Like, to the point I had to, get the grooves, I had to get a little, a little chisel and get the grooves out, right? So I have the grooves back. I bought these pre-owned because I was like, fuck it, coilovers, it's going to be fucking slammed.
Because it's a Civic SI. No one buys nice parts for a Civic SI.
Right? Yeah, no. And they were nice. They were, until that guy, whatever he did, he was fucking on his balls. Anyways. So I put them on.
Just beep all of this sober. Up,
Sorry.
$500 eBay coilovers.
I hand tightened
Chidong says even new, they're $500 eBay coilovers, just for reference.
They are not. If you look online, they're $1,000 minimum for my car for whatever reason. Tension is not new anymore, but it's still expensive.
Okay, whatever. Get to the point.
So yes, I hand tightened everything myself. And I don't know if y'all know, but I weigh like 90 pounds. So you can imagine how much that was actually tightened. And yeah, so it's been months, and it's made clanking noises because it doesn't have rubber top hats or silencers to silence the coilovers. So every time I go over a bump, you just hear. It's very annoying, and it's gotten progressively worse. So
it's also super uncomfortable.
Oh
like,
my god, this dude has never had solid suspension ever, have you?
What are you talking about?
Not like solid as in good suspension. I mean like just stiff.
My Q50 was stiff as hell, and it was static.
Stiff.
Bro,
Static.
I had my first Q50 was slammed. All right.
Okay.
I've driven on stiff suspension. Your car is just.
Oh yeah, it's bad right now because it's not
so
on
bad.
there right. It's not in there right.
I refuse to ride in it. Like, we have the Supra, that's uncomfortable. We have the Z, that's uncomfortable. Nothing compares to her Civic. It is so bad.
Dude. Especially if you sit in the back seat, the coupe. I don't know if y'all seen the Tension Civics. They're shaped like this. They slope down, right? It's a coupe. You sit in the back seat and you hit a bump, forget it. You're getting a concussion, guaranteed. You can ask Marcus. I've blown his back out on accident going over a bump.
Jesus.
Anyways, yes, don't get drunk watching the Super Bowl and decide to do suspension
Don't
and weigh
get drunk
absolutely
ever,
nothing. Don't hand tighten your stuff. Use real tools, real tools. I'm used to my caveman methods. Never had an issue with it before.
Caveman methods, she says, but she can't even torque 50 foot-pounds.
Anyways, my springs are on there perfect. I've never had this issue until now, so we're gonna get it fixed.
Chidong doubts.
My car will be just fine.
Yeah.
That's great.
Press X to That's funny.
This dude. Yeah, that's it. Other than that.
Really? That's funny. Hey, these filters work good on the mics. That's awesome. All right, next one.
Okay, anyways. Dong is a verified hater. My car is great other than what I touched, right?
Sure. Almost.
Oh, we forgot to mention.
Everything. That's funny.
We put it on the dyno and it made less than stock.
Because it was in limp mode. Because they couldn't get it out of limp mode, so we had to street tune it.
You can't dyno SI.
Imagine street tuning and taking 20 seconds to go to 130.
Do you know how upset I was when I saw in the Civic chat today that somebody else dynoed their SI with no problems?
What is the 60? Really? How'd they do it?
I don't know.
Ask them. How'd they get it out of limp mode?
Bro. I did.
If you're lucky, it does it. If you're not lucky, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Chidong says if you're lucky, it does it. If you're not lucky, it doesn't do it.
Well, my car is
I don't know.
cursed.
Anyway, what is a 60 to 130 on a Civic SI?
It's fucking like 20, bro.
Yours was 13 with an upgraded turbo, wasn't it?
He was gapping
with the MHI turbo. That's funny.
No. I had an actual gear
Oh,
turbo.
sorry. Oh,
he had a nice turbo.
He had a real turbo, not an MHI. Oh, big dick. Okay. Next question.
Okay. Anyways, let's get back to the topic on VR30s. Somebody asked about the Z1 anti-jump belt upgrade.
Do it.
Which is pretty sick, actually.
The pulley, the rib pulley, do it. It's worth it because they did that on the Z itself. Like, all the Zs come with that.
Oh,
so the Z1 upgrade for a Q50, yeah, 100%. There's no downside. Stop shredding belts, please. Please stop doing it on the dyno. Oh my god. Dyno days with shredded belts.
Dyno day turns into mechanic shop day.
Dyno day turns into me wanting to kill myself. And then you guys ask why we don't come out for Dyno Day. Next Dyno Day, I'm not even going. I'm sending Alex and Mo out. They're like, we'll handle it. I'm like, please do.
Oh, go right ahead.
Been doing it for 3 years. I'm done. You guys, please go suffer in the heat.
All you Cali boys in the DMs, when are you coming back? Y'all are so spoiled.
You guys are the worst every single time. Oh my god, you don't come to California. I've been to California the most for Dyno Days, and every single time, you guys flake. Every time. Cali boys cannot be trusted.
And we see them the most, there's people in other states like Hawaii. Somebody's like, please, for the love of God.
I actually will go to Hawaii. Hawaii is the next one that I'll actually go to because I want to go to Hawaii. Hawaii's sick. You know, I was supposed to go to Hawaii for my honeymoon and then COVID killed my honeymoon. Thanks, COVID. I didn't have a honeymoon.
Killed everything, man. Killed my college
My
experience.
wife's been to Hawaii without me, so I give her shit about it every time we talk about Hawaii and it comes up. I was like, oh, wow, must be nice. You've been to Hawaii and I haven't. Like, after the terrible things that happened in Maui, I was like, wow. Now I'll never get to see Maui the way it was, but you did. And then she's like, will you stop?
Oh, that's so
She deserves it, though.
I've never been. I want to go to Fiji.
You should tell Insee you've never been to Hawaii when you see her, too. Yeah, be like, wow. Be like, it's so mean you went to Hawaii and you didn't take me. Just say that.
She's be like, did Hussein tell you to say that? She's going to know immediately.
100% she's going to know.
Okay, next we've got the Hydromat for the low pressure cooking.
Do it.
Do it.
This one's hard because people ask us, how do you install? And we had a customer who we tried to remotely help install it. It's not something, if you don't know how to do it, you don't have someone who's done it, and you're not comfortable with like working on your car like that, like it's an extensive modification to your basket to get it all to fit and work right, please don't. But if you know how to do it and you can make it work, please do, because we have customers who run Hydromat plus the Pride fuel pickup line, bro, you'll never have fuel cuts again. Just do like a regular, the AMS or the Boosted 6 drop in. Yeah, Boosted. Oh, by the way, for people who don't want to modify their own baskets, AMS has had that great kit for a while, but Boosted 6 will make, like, they will send you drop-in baskets, and you can either send in a core as a core charger, buy the basket outright, and it's decently priced, like $500. Do that, and you just drop it. That's super great. But anyway, if you're comfortable modifying your basket and cutting it up and everything, do the Hydromat, do the Pride fuel pickup line. You'll never have any fuel cuts with a Walbro, of course.
Heck yeah, maybe we should make a video over that next like installation to help people. You need as much help as they can get.
You know, people have asked me for like install videos on the spool, dual pump, and the problem is some of these things are not like, there's not like one way to do it. Every car is different. Some cars you struggle, some cars you don't. So it would suck if we made a video and like we made it look super easy and you guys like, bro, how do I get this in? Like, it just sometimes works. With the Hydromat, we could try making a video on cutting up the height for the Hydromat. We haven't done a Hydromat here in a long time.
Somebody buy one so you make a video.
Yeah, somebody come here, buy like a full setup from us, and do the Hydromat, and we'll make a video with your car.
Absolutely, then you can be internet famous, maybe.
Internet famous.
Unless it flops, I'm sorry. Then you can just be a sacrifice.
It's not even registering.
Okay, my voice is getting quiet again. I'm doing the moonshine thing where he starts talking loud and then he goes, oh yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, what did you say, moonshine?
Every time. I can't do this because I clown him for this on the regular. Almost as much as Hussein. Not quite as much.
I don't clown moonshine that much.
Yes, you do.
I'm so nice.
That's all you do, bro. You know, your energy has been down here solely because moonshine hasn't been here.
That's true. I miss moonshine. When he's here, I have someone to annoy.
Yeah. I mean, you have Dong here, but...
He doesn't get annoyed, though. Like, bro,
he does.
I go flick his ears. I've never seen... Maybe it's because I'm his boss. He doesn't clap back at me. But I'll go up to him. I'll flick his ears. I'll, like, tickle him. I'll pinch him. He does not react. He just goes, huh?
He just moans.
Or
says,
moans.
Huh?
Yeah. It's not fun. It gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
Moonshine reacts. Moonshine will get angry. It's fun. Yeah.
Moonshine is kind of funny when he's angry.
It's going to be funny when we bring Moonshine on the podcast and we can annoy him on air.
Oh, wow, he's doing the podcast? Yeah.
That'll be fun. We can show everybody how annoyed Moonshine gets. It'll be exciting.
We're going to make him do his own V episode for his Cadillac thingies.
For the LF4s, yeah, we'll let Moonshine talk about it.
Yes, he's probably the best person to talk about it.
Because he loves his LF4.
He's super excited about it too, so...
Oh, is he?
He was, yeah, when he was doing his.
Well, he also... I thought you said he was excited for the podcast. I'm like, I highly doubt Moonshine was excited to talk on a podcast.
His pitch went up when I asked him. I was like, would you want to do a podcast episode about the LF4? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I was like... Moonshine wants to be in front of camera. I don't know if he knows that there's a camera part to this too. He
probably doesn't know. I don't think he realizes that. Yeah.
It's gonna be so awkward. Y'all look forward to it. It's entertaining. Okay. Alright, next. Fuel cuts. This is a good one for us.
I just talked about it.
We did just talk about it, but let's talk about it on here. Because then you can just say whatever you want.
No, we just talked about it. That's the same question as the Hydromat. Well, alright, to stop fuel cuts, get an upgraded fuel pump, a Walbro 485 or a 525 with a relay, whatever. Get a Hydromat like we just suggested from the other person who asked a question. Or get the spool dual pump where you drop it in, you hate your life for the 6 hours it takes you to get it in, but once it's in and installed, it's good and you'll never have a fuel cut down to the dash lines. Like, I've gone drag racing in my queue, in both queues, and I've never had a fuel cut, so that's it. And then AMS is supposed to come in. There was a post on the Infiniti Q50, Q60 forum where the guy had a prototype LPFP, and I think Jake or somebody mentioned that it was meant to like reduce fuel cuts completely. So I look forward to that because hopefully that's a nice drop-in solution as well.
That would be nice. All right, are you ready for this one? This is the one that we get a million questions about every single day on every single post.
B58s versus VR30s.
Always mod for mod, stock for stock, tune for tune, whatever. There was like, oh, what's better, B58, VR30? And you're always beefing in our comments section because y'all don't know how to get along. And they're both our bread and butter, so it's like, he's done.
VR30 dead.
Shirong said VR30 dead because he has the 800 horsepower Supra.
He's spoiled. Oh such a hard question.
It's not really hard though because it's we post dyno graphs of this crap all the time. Like, you guys see this, you can see it for yourselves. The B58 has a benefit because it has the ZF8 and the ZF8 has tuning. that's a huge help. But mod for mod, stock turbo, the VR30 wins. It's just how it is, right? It's got a better top end. It's got better mid range. The B58 is just really good on the low end. It's just really torquey, and the motors can take the torques. You can bump up torque on the low end, so they'll get a little jump on you. But beyond that, the VR30 wins. I mean, yeah, it's
If you
just
don't break before the top end.
Oh, God,
I've seen it, you sleazy.
Okay.
Sleazy man.
Most of them don't. That's like bad meat. Come on, we're in VR30 shop. You can't say that. B58s break. B58s break all the time while racing too. Please, B58s are not without problems. Okay, like this whole idea that the VR30 is like some unholy, unreliable car is not true. I think people on the B58 forums, they like usually don't post when their cars blow up for one thing. But also, like, if you look through there's a lot of issues on the B58s. The Gen 1s and the TUs, they have injector problems. They have oil pump problems. I've seen they crack ringlands too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, mod for mod. Let's talk Gen 1 and TU. Both of them mod for mod. And the thing is, though, the thing that B58 guys are like, well, you have to buy this exhaust and all that. Yeah, I'm sorry, Infiniti put a 1.5-inch exhaust. Yo, Chidon, can you grab a stock exhaust for us so we can show them? Is that worth it? Is that worth demonstrating to these people?
Super restrictive.
Actually, you know what? Forget it. Here's what we're gonna do. Did he just go away anyway?
He can't hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got headphones. He can hear us. He's hearing exactly. Okay. What you can do is you're going to overlay this part. You're going to take a stock exhaust, take a picture of it, and we have the stock exhaust for a B58. Take that, and we'll show you guys how much bigger a B58 exhaust is in diameter than it. Like, you can't say, oh, because you have to do a catback, that it's not mod for mod.
Bro, this smaller is great. Than my stock.
Thank you.
Put your hand next to it. Put your hand next to it.
What do you mean put my hand next to it?
Put your fist on the hole.
Look at how tiny this is.
It does not pass the fist test.
At one point, the stock exhaust on a Q50 gets to like 1.25 inches on one. Like, that's insanely small. I don't know if he's gonna go bring a B58 one, but if he does, the B58 one's like 2.5, 2.75 the whole way. So yeah, of course we're gonna have that issue. Also, the VR30s have a really restrictive head design, but the B58s don't. Mod for mod. So if we count out the exhaust, like exhaust is taken for granted. So downpipes, flex fuel, stock turbo, a Q50 VR30 wins. And we could do it on a stock heat exchanger. Sure, you B58 boys don't want us to run heat exchangers, fine. Stock heat exchanger, just an open dump downpipe with E30, VR30 out top end to stock turbo B58 every time. But upgraded turbos, and I hate to say this, we posted 2 700 horsepower cars yesterday. The Q50 and the Supra. Because the B58 can handle more torque in stock form, a lot more torque in stock form, you actually get mid-range out of it. We actually did a little comparison for ourselves of the 700 horsepower Z1 turbo car, Ken's car, and then Tooney Supra. What was it? Troy, yeah, sorry. His license plate says Tooney, so anyway. Troy's Supra with the KLM top mount 6466, and it's not a comparison. I mean, the mid-range, the Supra's like it's basically at 700 from like what 5,000 RPM to redline, and the Q50 is at like 700 at what 6,000. It's got 1,000 RPM more range, and even like the low end is just completely different. So mod for mod, once you get the big turbos, yeah, the B58 wins out until you build the motor on a Q50. Then it's a different story. Yeah, I think built motor VR30, built motor B58 are right on par with each other. Yeah.
Built motor can handle a lot.
Like, I know there's Supras in the 8s, but if we had the Zs, well, we do have Zs now, but like a built motor Z will be in the 8s with the same mods as someone like Mikhail or the Daily Q50 or the black, the Demon Q50 we call it, the one we tuned, the rear-wheel drive one out in Florida, which is rear-wheel drive, so a good comparison to the Z. If we put that power plant in a Z, the Z would be in the 8s. So it's mod for mod. Is the only time that they're not is that stock motor upgraded turbo area. The B58 wins out.
Yeah. If anyone wants to dispute that, you can run Kyle, since Kyle likes to call everybody else out for Shadong. We'll flip the switch. Y'all can go run Kyle.
Get a bunch of VR30s to run a train on Kyle. That'd be really funny.
That would be entertaining.
It's really funny because Kyle only ever had E30 lower downpipe, stock exhaust,
Oh,
and
wow.
a tune. Oh no, I think at one point he did have an exhaust. Anyway, that's as fast as Kyle's VR30 got. So his X3 is a lot faster than
Way
his
more
old car.
percent. He's having fun with it too, so
Yeah.
good for him.
Is that
He's
it?
bullying
Are we
people.
done?
No, there's a couple more. Since we're on the topic of turbo, hybrid turbo or normal top mount?
For what? Is this the B58 question?
They didn't specify in general, I guess. What do you think is better? What do you prefer? I'm telling you, all these questions are super vague. There's not like, oh, what do you like better? Like, what do you prefer?
Okay. I'm gonna assume that they're asking what should you spend money on.
What do you want out of it?
Price wise, man, like it's really hard to not do the Z1. They did a
You've seen
great
it.
job with
Got
that
the
pricing, man.
numbers.
I mean, when you're saying 4,500 for the Z1 turbos versus I think pures are what 42. And the R2 turbo, so I would say if you're happy with mid fives, R2 turbo is perfect. Don't go more. If you want anything more than mid fives, bro, just do the Z1 turbo.
At that point, you might as well
Yeah.
just get as
Like
much
the
as you
pure
want out
turbo
of
was great and it was a good hybrid turbo, but like at this price point, I just don't see any reason for you to get a pure turbo versus the Z1. And the Z1's got, I think, better lead times than pure at this point too. So, but pure does a lot on other platforms, so I get it. Z1 focuses on Nissans, so you know they're gonna have their stuff in stock. Yeah, that's my answer. Power wise, daily driving wise too. Like, okay, there is lag on the Z1s. I will take that back. The Z1s, there is a noticeable turbo lag in daily driving that the pure turbos and the RT turbos do not have. But who's buying turbos to daily drive? I mean, you daily drive your cars, but you don't care what your power is daily driving. So,
Yeah, a lot of these people don't.
So, there's your answer.
There you go.
Is that it?
No,
Am I
there's
free?
one more dumb question I want to ask. Actually,
is it
that
from you?
No, okay, I didn't ask this. Somebody else.
Careful!
asked this.
You know, Texas at will employment. If it's a dumb question from you, I can just go, "Hey,
Oh, yeah.
thanks, it's been great."
It's pretty dumb, but it's not for me. I meant to ask it when we were on the topic of California earlier, but Caesar just wants to know how much you gave him. That's it.
Oh,
He really wants to know. And I was gonna measure this in Chidongs, actually, because
Chidong
we've
is a unit of
decided
measure.
it's a unit of measurement.
Okay, real talk though. Yesterday, I was like, I was talking
so
about
funny.
comparing my S8 with another car in my garage, and I was like, you know, it's so much shorter because the S8's so long. I have so much more room now. I could sleep 3 Chidongs in front of my car, and then everyone's like, "Is Chidong just a unit of measure?" And I was like, "Yeah, you
Yes.
can measure everything." It's like, yo, how heavy are you? Oh, I'm 1.5 Chidongs. How tall are you? I'm about as tall as a Chidong. It's a great unit of measure. So we're using Chidong as oh yeah, here.
It was so funny.
I wrote this on our group chat. I said, Chidong is a universal measurement term. How much you want for it? 2 Chidongs because we value them at a certain point. How many hours of labor? About 4 Chidongs worth. How hard was it? 1 Chidong in the morning.
He's a pain in the morning.
Beep
Just know
this out.
this.
Oh my god. How heavy is it? About half a Chidong. How much space you got? 4 Chidongs wide. Or you could say 4 Chidongs long, you know, depending on what kind of measurement you want.
Depends.
So yeah, Chidong is a unit of measure. So how much do I hate Caesar? About 6 Chidongs. Only because I'm still waiting on my carbon. He promised me carbon for the Z. You
I'll
didn't get it for the
support
first
Caesar.
Z, get it for the second Z, Caesar. We could be clout.
I know, we could be
We
cloud.
got
We
this-
could have a duck.
Dude,
bill
I
again.
got 2-piece wheels because you always tell me how much better 2-piece wheels are. I got those. I got great bead locks. Where my carbon at, bro?
The hate's coming out of love.
Where
You hear this?
carbon?
He's actually listening to you. Caesar.
Yeah, where carbon, Caesar? Other than that, I don't hate him. You know what's funny? I look forward more to seeing Caesar when I go to California than I do to tune cars, to be honest. It's so much fun to hang out with him because he's just a chill guy, man. Like, he's a good friend of mine. And it's crazy. It's one of the things that I love about, you know, having this business and being in the car community. I have friends, like, all over the country and honestly now, like, all over the world who, like, it's crazy because we have this one hobby and a lot of us are very similar-minded, right? And we talk a lot. You know, I talk daily to people. And it's like, I might have met you once in my life or never even met you, but when we hang out, it's like we've always been friends. So Caesar's one of those guys. I love Caesar. I hate him 6 Chidongs, but I love him.
It was also his birthday recently.
I also
Happy
taught.
birthday,
Oh yeah,
Caesar.
happy birthday, Caesar! You old fuck. But also, Caesar does not. I taught Caesar to eat steak the right way. When I first met Caesar, he would order well done. Can you imagine how disgusted I was? We went to a steakhouse and he ordered well done. I'm like, Caesar, you cannot eat steak well done. And I converted him. Caesar now eats steaks medium rare. That is
that's the
a
way.
huge improvement over 3 years? Yeah. Yeah, so happy birthday, Caesar. Eat some rare steak for me. But yeah, that's it. Are we done? Can we close up?
Got. We can
Cool.
close it here.
Ask better questions for next time.
Please, more detailed.
Also, we should do something else for the podcast. We should have other themes.
Yeah, we should. They
We
wanted
should also
to know
talk about things
our
other.
life,
Can
too.
you guys ask us things other than cars?
Well, they wanted to know what we did before Racebox too, but I forgot to add that in there. Sorry. There's just not really a good place to fit it in. I guess at the beginning.
You start because your story is shorter.
Oh well. Before
Anna's
Racebox.
15. Oh no, sorry. She's 18. I have to say she's 18 because she works here. Wait, no, you can employ 15-year-olds.
Can you?
Yeah, I think you can employ 15-year-olds. You can work at 15.
At a mechanic shop, can you?
You don't work on cars. You're a receptionist.
Well, yeah.
Yo, yeah. There's 15-year-old kids that work at McDonald's. Okay, Anna's probably 15.
I'm 23. I'm 23.
Doubt. Press X to doubt.
I'm almost halfway to 30. I don't want to think about that. Never mind. I'm 15. Okay. Anyways.
Did you say halfway to 30?
Said
Bro, you're not even
halfway
past
to 30.
25 yet.
I said almost halfway to 30.
Wait till you hit 25 and then watch the decline. And then I'll be there to remind you how I told you it was going to be downhill after 25. Like everybody else who was over 25 when I wasn't told me it was going to be downhill.
I'm already at my decline. Okay. I worked at a Hyundai dealership before this. It was
That's pretty declining.
Terrible. Very bad management. If you're ever in Texas, I don't know if I can get in trouble for this.
Don't say the dealership name. Don't say the dealership name.
Don't take your car to a dealership in Jersey Village. That's a Hyundai. Don't ever do it. The management is absolutely terrible. I had to gentle parent. Actually, no, it turned into very harsh parenting. The managers, because they were not good people. I will tell you this right now. I'm a very patient person at work. Except when it comes to dumbassery.
She's not patient. Get in a car with Anna.
Bro, these people have no concept of customer service. None. None. When I tell you that is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to work is you take care of the people the way you would take care of your friends.
That's true.
They didn't take care of no one. Not even their own employees. It'd be like that.
That's why you like Racebox so much. Yeah, because
it's a different kind of abuse.
Yeah, I abuse my employees, but I don't abuse my customers. We go above and beyond for you guys. And that's always been my number one thing is, we should strive for 100% customer satisfaction, truly. What I did before, I was an aerospace engineer. I studied aerospace engineering, worked at Pratt & Whitney, Canada, out in Montreal. And then I didn't want to work in aerospace anymore. I had a job offer from Air Canada. And it was an entry-level position. It was management trainee program. And I asked them, I was like, well, what's the benefit of this management trainee program? It's a rotational. You do 4 months in flight ops, 4 months in airport operations, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, at the end of the 12-month period, we put you in a start. I'm like, so I could just go apply for the starting position now instead of doing this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's a trainee program. I'm like, I just realized aerospace was too slow of a moving industry for me, and I wasn't going to get to where I wanted fast. I'm an impatient person. I work hard, but I like to see the rewards for working hard. I'm not the kind of guy that can sit, 9 to 5 in an office working on meaningless tasks. It doesn't work for me. So from there, I worked for my cousin as a sales guy. That was awesome. As an application sales engineer, I learned so much from him. He helped me start my business too. Start Racebox. At the time, it was Attune Motorworks. But I worked for her. I learned a lot. We used to sell uninterruptible power supplies. I would go to customer sites. I'd help, spec out units for if you told me hey, I have this very specialized data testing equipment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, you need, something sensitive to your needs and all that. And so without getting boring, I learned a lot about electronics and stuff like that working for him. That was fun. IT. It's not IT. I hate it when people call it IT because it's not IT. But anyway, we would do that. And then I started this, and then for the first year that I was tuning, I was doing, was it a year? Yeah, no. Was it a year? Yes, it was a year. For the first, it seems like forever. For the first year that I was tuning, I was working 8 to 10 hours a day, and then I'd be working 9 hours after work, just working on tunes, getting back to customers, all that. That's how I built Racebox. I mean, 16, 17 hours a day. And then I got married, and my wife had to put up with that, with me working 16 to 17 hours a day. So I did that, and then I started this, and yeah, it's just been this now. So that's all I did before. Did I dream of owning a car shop as a kid, though? No. That was not, I didn't grow up and I want to own a mechanic shop. I loved cars, but I never thought I was going to own a performance tuning shop.
Oh, yeah.
If you had asked me this even 5 years ago. I'm like, no. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? But yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we did before this.
11-year-old is saying we did a good job.
I feel weird. They're gonna think I only did Hyundai for like
You're
all
like-
of my life.
You're like 6 years younger.
Yeah, I didn't
so.
do much.
When I was 23, I just graduated college. So
There you go. Just like 2 jobs now. We're chilling. Somewhere. We're gonna
Cool.
end it here.
yeah, this is it. Bye,
It's
guys.
gonna be too long.
Peace out. Tell Chidong
Bye,
he
Ronnie.
sucks.
Chidong, you're the worst.
Chidong, you
I
suck.
want a divorce.
Just
What?
cut it, Chidong. Just cut the camera. That's it. We're out.